Could America soon face a shortage of everyday products? That's exactly what former President Donald Trump is warning. He's raised concerns that the steep tariffs placed on Chinese imports, some as high as 145%, could start to choke off the flow of goods into the United States. These aren't just political headlines. This is about real stuff. Clothes, electronics, toys, tools, even essentials that families rely on. Trump's warning follows growing concern from top retail executives and supply chain experts. These aren't folks who deal in hypotheticals. They manage the flow of products to millions of shelves. And right now, many of them are saying the same thing. We are running out of time and inventory. Big-name retailers like Walmart, Target, and Home Depot are stepping forward with a unified message. The tariffs are starting to hit home. These companies serve nearly every American household, and their executives are warning the government directly. If these trade policies continue, shelves will start looking bare. It's not just high-tech items or luxury goods at risk. Everyday things like clothing, shoes, children's toys, tools, and small electronics are already being affected. That's because most of them are either made in China or rely on parts made there. With tariffs as high as 145%, importing these goods just isn't affordable anymore. If things don't change, these companies say we'll see real impacts within weeks, not months. We're not talking about a small tax increase. In some cases, tariffs on Chinese products have climbed above 160%, even passing 200% on select items. When costs jump this much, businesses can't just absorb it. It forces them to cancel purchase orders, delay shipments, and in some cases, walk away from deals entirely. For US importers, this is like being handed a bill that triples overnight. Goods that were once profitable to sell now lead to losses. So many products are being left behind in Chinese factories or warehouses because American buyers simply can't pay the new rates. And when those goods don't move, nothing else does either. The whole system starts to break down. Industry analysts are warning that the tipping point is near. They predict that by mid to late May, the effects will become very noticeable. Shelves might start emptying out. Slowly at first, but then more quickly. This slow bleed is expected to begin with toys, clothing, and seasonal items, especially for summer. If the situation doesn't improve, even essential maintenance items like batteries, power cords, or spare parts for appliances could run dry. What we're talking about is a chain reaction. Once it starts, it's hard to stop. With fewer shipments arriving from overseas, the gaps will grow wider and the pressure on retailers will intensify. Let's be clear. Even if items don't disappear from shelves, prices are definitely going up. Retailers are already preparing for this by quietly raising prices or reducing discounts. That means families will start paying more for less. President Trump himself has acknowledged this reality. He recently said that consumers might have to pay more, but framed it as a necessary trade-off to protect American industries. But for everyday people, families juggling bills, seniors on fixed incomes, students paying for essentials, this isn't just a trade-off, it's a squeeze. Especially with holiday seasons approaching, rising prices could take a big toll on the average household budget. Some companies tried to get ahead of the crisis by stockpiling goods. This strategy known as front-loading, worked for a little while. Businesses rushed to import extra inventory before tariffs went into effect, filling up warehouses and store-back rooms. But those stockpiles are now starting to run low, and the pipeline isn't being refilled. That's because new shipments are either delayed, reduced, or cancelled entirely. Shipping traffic from China to the US has dropped significantly in recent months. Even companies that want to import can't keep up with the costs. This means shelves may be full today, but not tomorrow. There is a sliver of hope: diplomacy. Chinese officials have publicly stated they are willing to negotiate. But so far, no formal talks have taken place. Until that changes, companies are left in limbo. And businesses don't like uncertainty. They have to make decisions months in advance on inventory, suppliers, staffing, and more. Without a clear path forward, it's hard to plan. That uncertainty gets passed on to the economy in the form of higher prices, stalled investments, and slower hiring. Some items are more at risk than others. The apparel industry is one of the most vulnerable. That's because many clothing and footwear brands source nearly all of their products from China. Fast fashion brands, known for their quick turnaround and cheap prices, depend on speed and low costs. Tariffs break that model. Consumer electronics are another danger zone. Most phones, headphones, chargers, smartwatches, and gadgets use parts made in Chinese factories. And even if the final product is assembled elsewhere, missing one small part can delay the whole product. Other categories at risk include toys and board games, home tools and hardware, seasonal decorations, low-cost kitchen appliances, and electric scooters and bikes. On the other hand, basic items like food, drinks, toiletries, and paper products are more likely to stay in stock. That's because most of them are made locally or imported from non-tariff countries. If you're a parent, student, retiree, or anyone trying to stretch a paycheck, this affects you directly. The price of a school backpack could double. Finding a phone charger might take multiple trips. Even a birthday party could cost twice as much if party supplies or toys are affected. It also affects workers. When inventory drops, hours get cut. Fewer deliveries mean less work for warehouse staff, truck drivers, and store clerks. Tariffs don't just hit shelves, they hit paychecks too. And if you run a small business, you might struggle to source affordable supplies. That could mean raising your own prices or losing customers. We're at a crossroads. One path leads to more trade tensions, deeper supply issues, and higher costs. The other path requires negotiation, compromise, and smarter trade policy that supports both American workers and global partners. Everyone agrees that fair trade matters. But how we get there, without hurting families and disrupting businesses, is the real challenge. As voters, consumers, and workers, we deserve clarity. We deserve stability. Whether that comes from new deals or revised tariffs, it's clear the current model is reaching its breaking point. So, here's the question. Are we prepared for a future where basic products cost twice as much or disappear completely from shelves? The solution isn't simple, but conversations like this are a start. Let's talk about what really matters: affordability, access, and fairness in trade. If this video helped you understand what's going on behind the scenes, hit the like button and share it with a friend. And leave a comment. How do you think these tariffs will affect your life? Let's keep the conversation going. The future of trade isn't just political, it's personal.